Hey, what's going on, Irreplaceable Keynote attendees? This is John Israel. I wanted to make this short video for you guys to share with you a tool to help increase your loyalty and maximize the referral generation from each and every client. And some of this is going to be a little bit of what we spoke about at the event, but in more detail, that's going to be really effective in helping you generate and maximize that repeat and referral business. And this is going to be really effective if you're a newer agent, maybe you don't have as many closings under your belt. The more you can start these things as a habit, the more impactful it's going to be in your business. And for those of you who are seasoned veteran who've maybe done a ton of deals or you've got a team, this is a really great tool that you can teach and have them learn to be able to do at the end of completing a listing, when you've closed a listing or when you've worked with a buyer and they've moved into the property. So this is the overall context of what we're going to talk about today is what's called a post-closing conversation. Okay, the PCC, as we put an acronym to it, post-closing conversation. And what this is basically a conversation you have with a customer that's very intentional about creating the future of your relationship, right? Most people are really good about being intentional on the front end with their marketing, with their scripting, with their listing presentations, with their negotiations and all that stuff. They're really intentional about the training and development. You know, if I were to say, how much have you developed in learning how to actively generate referrals from your past clients? Or what do you do after the deal's done to keep that client loyal? Most people don't have really a plan for that. They have some things they sporadically do. But if all you do is this one thing, this post-closing conversation, you will notice a dramatic increase in your referrals and your repeat business with your clients. And the premise with this idea is to realize and to understand, you think about your business how often? Right? Every day, multiple times a day, every 3 minutes probably, right? How often does your customer, your clients, how often are they thinking about real estate? Not very often. And that's normal, right? We don't think about our hair until we need a haircut. We don't think about getting gas until our gas is almost empty. So it's natural that for the customer side, they're not thinking about you as much as you would like them to. So what we want to do is, again, create the context for the future of the relationship. So the first thing that we recommend is to have a reason to stop by, right? We call it the pop by, as some people say in the industry. We recommend it after the closing, and typically with like the closing gift. It's a really great thing to do to package in with bringing them value. So giving a closing gift to the client is a really great opportunity to do that. The day of closing is typically not the best day to do this because mentally and emotionally your clients are really distracted, really a lot going on. So it's best if you do it afterwards. Go visit them, invite them to your office, maybe even do it over the phone. If you're the listing agent, you can have the same conversation over the phone. Either way, having a conversation at the end of the deal to prepare the future is really, really key, right? So having that closing gift or that item of value or some reason to stop by, some document to give them is really key. And then what I like to give them was what we call a 7 ways to serve document. And it's a sheet of paper. You can see this attached to the email here. And it's pretty simple. You can kind of edit this and customize it so you can put your own letterhead, your own logo, your face, whatever you want on there, whatever your branding is. And you can print these and design. They're designed to be basically on a quarter sheet, so you can basically get 4 approximately per sheet of paper. So they're really easy to print out, put a magnet on it. Really great giveaway when you give a closing gift. So here's the context of how you would do this. After the closing's done, you sit down with the client and you begin by thanking them, right? Appreciating them and saying, you know, hey, Mrs. Client, I just want to take a moment and just really say, you know, thank you for your business. There are a lot of real estate agents and other people you could have chose for this transaction, but you chose to work with me, and I really do appreciate your business. And my goal in working with you on this deal is also to not just do this one deal, but to really be your source for real estate for everything you might need throughout the future. And there's a couple things that I like to make sure my clients are aware of as far as what we can continue to do together or how I can continue to support them over the next coming years. So do you mind if I take a moment and show you what some of those things are, right? Getting that agreement, of course, they say, yeah, absolutely, show me what you got. Great. So this is a document called the 7 Ways to Serve, and I always like to let people know, like, things to keep in mind that I can help you with over time. So the first thing it says on here is referrals to all home-related needs. Contractors, pest control, painters, roofers. If you have anything like that that comes up, reach out to me, and I've got a great pool of resources of contractors who can help you with those things. And I've vetted them, I've worked with them, they work with other clients. So if you need a good referral, please let me know. I'm happy to do that for you. Second is the purchase of a new home, and the third is the listing when the time is right. Now, of course, we don't need any of that anytime soon, but I say this because obviously we helped you guys with the listing of your home. It's important you guys also know that I work with clients on the other side as well with the purchasing side. So when you're ready, we can help you with that. Or on the opposite, this is me talking to you, the realtor, if you were the listing agent or the buyer's agent, you can help them with the listing of a property. That sounds so simple, but it is actually shocking when you are really known for something, how sometimes clients will be like, oh, I just knew you were like a really great at listing properties. I didn't know you also work with buyers as well. I literally thought that's just what you did. That sounds so crazy, but it's literally the minute things like that we don't think about, that we assume they know. We do need to educate them on those things. All right, so purchasing and listing of a new property. If someone gets a new job, if you guys move, let me know and I'm happy to help you with that. The fourth thing on here it says is real estate investing for cash flow or flip. So have you guys ever thought about or considered investing in real estate? Yeah, I mean, it's such a big thing here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and it's something that I love helping people do is finding really great deals on properties. And how that commonly looks is like if somehow you get like, a bonus from work, or you save up some money or get an inheritance from somebody. I love helping people find really great deals that can cash flow. I have some great connections with some property management people, or I personally do property management as well. So that is something that I can help you with if the time is right or you're considering doing something like that. The fifth thing on here, it says real estate market updates and trends. So I'm going to send out emails and postcards periodically letting you know what's going on in the market or properties that I just sold. I like to let people know that, just so you know that I'm still, number one, always here for you, but two, just so you know what's happening out there in the market, because again, I just want to be a resource for all things kind of real estate related. The sixth thing on here is taking care of referrals to friends and family. So an interesting thing that commonly happens is when people move to a new property, they're commonly talking to friends about buying or selling their home, and people invariably bring up buying or selling a home, and so they start talking about it, and naturally that becomes a source of conversation. So if that happens and someone mentions buying and selling real estate, would you feel comfortable introducing them to me and seeing if I can help them? And, of course, they typically say, yeah, of course, no, I'd love to do that. All right, great. By the way, was there anyone that you were talking about that was already mentioning possibly thinking about buying or selling? Okay, and then if you can get the referral immediately, or they say, no, not yet, they're like, cool, no worries. So if that happens, let me know and I'm happy to help take care of them. The last thing on here is actually really important. It's a really great long-term way that we're gonna be able to stay in touch is it says events. First-time homebuyer seminars, investing in real estate, and then client parties. So one of the things that I love to do is to educate my clients on really how to maximize their real estate, whether it be for investing or if they've got, number one, if they've got a child or a friend who's thinking of buying or selling but they don't really know yet. I will do an invite every month. We've got a first-time homebuyer seminar. Or different education things for my clients that you're welcome to come to and learn from professionals who help people in that specific area. So I might reach that out to you. So if you have a friend who's interested in buying or selling, that's a great thing to send them to, direct them to, or introduce me to them so that we can help them get to that. I also do client parties. So like once a year, we do this really great client event where we do a crab boil, and we do this big thing, and all my clients are invited. So I'll let you know that's going to be in April. So you're welcome to come out for that, and I'll send you an invitation. So those are essentially all the different ways that I'll be able to help you out. And if you have any questions or need anything in the future, again, my goal is to be your go-to real estate resource. And I'm so happy that we got the home that you need, or that we got you the price that you wanted. And if there's anything else you need, please let me know. And you guys have a great rest of the day, right? And then of course you finish the conversation. So now, I'm taking a little bit of time explaining some of the stuff as we go, but what's important that I want you to get out of this document and what we just went through was number one, we taught them, number one, how to keep using you, but two, how to stay in touch with you and how you're going to communicate, right? One of the things that can get really, that's actually important as far as customer service or customer experience is that whatever is said is what is experienced. And if we say one thing, but they experience another, or we don't say something and then they experience something that we didn't talk about, it can be a little off-putting to the client. So that's why we talk about, I mentioned real estate market updates and sending emails and postcards, because if you do direct marketing, that's important to let your client know you're going to do that, so that when they get that postcard or they get that email, they're not like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. What the heck is this? And then now they don't feel good about their interaction with you or their experience. And some of these are a little, that's kind of small, but like just consider that it's little things that add up over time that create someone's overall experience. So, so taking the time to explain how your marketing is going to work, how your communication is going to work, how to think about you, how to refer you business, how to make an introduction, and also talking about education and events and how you help people with their awareness of real estate. These are all things that are going to help your clients stay loyal, because you're teaching them how to be loyal and you're teaching them how to keep using you. But this isn't just like, hey, here's what I'm going to get out of this. This is like, hey, here's how I can serve you, support you with your needs and your values and your goals right here. So and then I put it with a little magnet, put it on their fridge or whatever you want. Really great tool. Any variation of this is completely fine. That might be too long for some of you guys. That might be just right for some of you. Either way, as long as you're having some form of this conversation, it's fantastic. And all that this sheet does is it gives you a couple of talking points. And so it's really easy to have these in small printed form, and you don't need to be fully scripted. You just kind of like read it and go through it point by point, and it's going to be hugely helpful. So anyways, hope that helps. If you guys have any questions, make sure to reach out. You can reach me at john@mrthankyou.com. Make sure you send a ton of business to Josiah and Tom Sherman, because these guys hosted this amazing event. And if there's anything else you need from me, happy to take care of you guys. Take care, God bless, and have a great week. Bye.